All right.
Well, hello. My name is Jeff Cooks. I am the assistant principal at Barnard Elementary School.
And I'm Wendy Miller Davis. I'm the fourth grade teacher at Vanderpool.
And today we're here to talk to you a little bit about the Google Classroom and how to support your students through their learning as we begin the remote learning for the school year. I will start off by showing you basically the landing page. As your students are logging into their account, the easiest way, or there are a couple ways to access this. One is through what I've learned to be called the waffle. And there's a Google Classroom icon that you're able to click on that will bring you here. And these are the classes that I'm enrolled in. But today we're working with Mrs. Davis, so I will click here. And here's our home page, or the landing page that we arrive to when we click the link. You'll notice a few things here. One is stream, which is what you'll see here on this home page. The link for classwork, and another link is actually where you would be able to find your classmates as well as Ms. Davis if you wanted to reach out to her. So in the stream, again, is the list of assignments that have been listed or provided for the students. This is something that you will also find in your students' emails. So they can click from their email or directly from the email, or they can click here within the stream to access those assignments. Okay, Ms. Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Cooks. So here we have an example of an assignment, and it'll have instructions as well as any links you would need to complete, links or documents that you would need to complete it. In this case, it's a digital text that students would read, and then a Google form to complete. So when they click on the Google form, they're automatically logged in, and it will take them to a document where they'll just have to go through and complete the answers for that. At the end of the document, it'll ask for them to submit. Then they'll submit their answers. But students aren't done at that point. They still need to go back to the assignment page, and then over on the side, they have to mark as done. Some teachers may require students to upload assignments as well. In this case, nothing needs to be uploaded, but if there was, you would hit where it says the plus sign and then add or create. And in that case, you could, if you're creating a new assignment or a blank document, or if you have an assignment in your Google Drive folder that you want to upload, that's where you would do that.
Okay.
Another example of an assignment your student might see is something like this for science using Google Docs. So again, clicking on the assignment name, and then again, you got the instructions. This one has a rubric. So if you click on the rubric, you're going to find specifically what the teacher is looking for and how the assignment's being graded. Then you can click on the Google Doc link, and it will open up your own lab report document that they'll be able to type in. You would open with Google Docs, and once this comes up, it's going to show you the document, and Mr. Cooks would be able to type in his responses into the document. All they need to do is, once they're complete, they need to go back to the classwork assignment page and mark as done. If a student doesn't mark an assignment as done, it will not show on the teacher side that it's been completed. Even if they've done it and it's sitting there complete, if they don't mark it as done, it won't turn over and submit to the teacher. Assignment has a Google Slide document that is the close read assignment is over on that right-hand side, and the student can click on it to access it there. Once it opens, they'll be able to manipulate the document to type their answers, move objects. In this case, it already has text boxes. It'll say type here. So you just click where it says type here. and the student will be able to type in their answers. And because this document is already uploaded in that spot, once it's complete, student goes in and marks as done. Students who have maybe submitted an assignment but need to redo it, or maybe forgot to add something, can always unsubmit. And by clicking unsubmit, you're allowing yourself to go back in, make any changes, and then resubmit again. But just don't forget, that's what it's telling you. Don't forget to go back and resubmit and turn in or mark as done. So otherwise, again, the teacher will not be able to see the assignment. Many parents want to see and know what is going on with their students' daily activities on Google Classroom. And so there's a couple ways to do that. The first way is to submit your email address to the teacher by giving the teacher a Gmail address. The teacher can then add it onto the Google Classroom and invite you in as a guardian, where you'll get like weekly, daily, or even monthly updates on the student's progress. However, what it really only shows is what is posted on the stream and what assignments are being assigned. It doesn't share a lot more information beyond that. Plus, you can only access it if you have a Gmail email address. So you're welcome to create a Gmail address for free, or the easier way is to have your students login information and access it through the student side. Many parents find that going on and checking from the student side gives them more information as far as when assignments are submitted, what is still due, if there's any missing work, than the email summaries that Google sends out.
And I can speak from experience as a parent. That is the option that I choose more than not. I utilize my daughter's actual login information to be able to track to see what's going on. So that is a great piece of advice. All right. So again, my name is Jeff Cooks, the assistant principal at Barnard.
I'm Mrs. Wendy Miller Davis, 4th grade teacher at Vanderpool. Again, if you have any questions regarding Google Classroom, your first step should always be your student's classroom teacher. They're more than happy to assist with any questions that you have. And always, administration is also available to help with any questions.
Absolutely. And again, this is a process where we're all getting used to and learning. So please utilize us as your resource as we continue to enter into this new phase of learning for the upcoming school year.